Guys, we're back with another video, this time showcasing my first impression of Irida and Glaceon at 1 out of 5. If you didn't already see, I pulled her on my very first scout. I have a video on that, let me show you. Got real lucky there, no complaints. I don't usually get this lucky. For Adamant, I had to take him all the way to 400 scout points. So as you can see, one scout on the daily discount, straight to Irida and Glaceon. Irida Glaceon is a really, I think it's a slightly better sync pair than Adamant and Leafeon at 1 out of 5. I don't mean at 3 out of 5. I don't have them at 3 out of 5, but let me just show you what I mean. She's more of a technical support. She can lower speed with her Icy Wind. But the main thing is that she can support all of your hail units with her Ice Wish. Ice Wish gives Ice Zone, which powers up ice attacks, along with any sync grid or passive skills that your other units might have, which gets powered up from hail. She can also summon hail at the same time with Ice Wish, and you can do it twice with her base unit without powering up. And upon at about higher, like 3 out of 5 grid, she can also get Ice Zone extension, as well as Hail Alert, which extends hail, so you can have both. Now what's interesting is that even at 1 out of 5, her Icy Wind actually gets powered up by Invigorating Hail, so during the hailstorm, it'll get a power boost. So even at 1 out of 5, it's already got this multiplier. With Mind Games 9 at 3 out of 5, it's going to be a very, very powerful support or technical unit to debuff. Now, using her as a technical support for your other stronger ice units or equally strong ice units, this is probably the grid I would go for at 3 out of 5, with extension of both Ice Zone, Hail, and also gives herself a bit of a power up with that Invigorating Hail. Mind Games 9, so it will really multiply the attacks of your team. But let's not forget that as a Master Fair, it also carries one of these purple passive skills, which powers up special attacks by 20% of all your allied sync pairs, as well as reducing special attack damage taken. On top of protecting, so with her her passive skill, spreads over Hisui, she also protects all the sync units from damage of the hailstorm, which is quite useful, so you don't have to worry about whether you're bringing ice units or not. She'll be able to fit into any team that can use her. Now, alternatively, if you want to use her as your main damage output unit, this is another grid you can use, although you lose out on Mind Games, which kind of sucks a little bit, but you gain Brain Power, which allows you to power up your Sync move, and Hunter's Instinct, which powers up your regular moves, which will stack on top of Invigorating Hail. The Ice Extension, if you think it's going to be a short stage, it might not need Ice Extension or Hail Alert, then you can possibly run Mind Games instead. It can also alternatively debuff Satisfied Snarl, debuff Special Attack by doing Satisfied Snarl as an alternative build as well. So there's a lot of room for making changes. This is another way you can do the grid. So it really depends on how you want to use Glaceon, but as a main ice sort of technical support for your units, I'd probably go with something like this. All right, so I only have her at 1 out of 5. I don't plan to pull any more for now, so we're going to check her out at 1 out of 5. As with any of these weather units, the best lucky skill in terms of powering up is Weathered Warrior. Alternatively, if you don't have the candies for it, you can use Critical Strike 2. So we're going to throw her into battle against her own stage. Take on Dawn Part 1. Supposedly, she's, what you're supposed to use for these extreme battles. I will be doing a free-to-play video after this to see if, semi-free-to-play, as I've been corrected in the past, to see if we can beat this stage, part 2 of this stage, without using any limited sync pairs. Alright, so we're going to start off with Chilled to the Core. I probably could have gone with Ice Wish, given that Sandstorm's already been set up. It might be a problem to me, I'm not too sure. We'll find out. Although part 1 generally is a bit easier. So Ice Wish, which will bring Ice Zone as well as Hail. Now her buddy move, you can only use the one time. I'll probably use it right at the start, and the reason is because it will debuff special defense by 4, which is interesting because she also has Mind Games. So you can see special defense has gone down. Mind Games could have done similar effects over a few turns, but this one's sort of first turn, -4 special defense. And we're going to hit him hard with the Icy Wind now with Invigorating Hail, Ice Zone, all multiplying the damage of that attack, as well as reducing their speed. Now, unfortunately, Glaceon is not a very defensive unit. Looks like we might actually lose this first battle because there's not enough health. Alright, well there you go. You will need some sort of support to keep him alive, keep her alive. Alright, round 2. To keep Irida Glaceon alive, let's throw in one extra support unit just to tank a few damage, a few hits. So you're going to need some defensive units on your side to help keep her alive at 1 out of 5. Not that she's any better defensively at 3 out of 5. So let's go with an Ice Wish to remove that Sandstorm first. And also the Ground Zone. So it looks like this stage really wants you to use Irida Glaceon to clear both zone and the weather. We won't do too much with Blissey. We really just want to see Glaceon in action. Gradual healing. I didn't realize that was a thing. Oh yes, its trainer move creates gradual healing for all units on your side, which only happens after Hail. So you should use Ice Wish before your trainer move. I made the mistake earlier of using the trainer move first. So it's much better to go this way. I don't think I would have lasted too much longer regardless. A chance to freeze using Buddy Ice Beam, but it's only a 10% chance. So I got really lucky there. And there's no grid that I saw. I don't think there was any grid to improve the chance of the freeze happening. I will double check that. Okay. I have a feeling after the sync move, probably Sandstorm and Ground Zone will come back. Alright, there goes Blissey. Yes. So we're going to clear that with another Ice Wish. Interesting. I still took a damage from that Sandstorm, even though I cleared it. I guess I got damaged before that happened, before the clearing happened. Alright, we're going to see her sync move now. But not until after we take an Earthquake. Boom. And there you go. Pretty decent, I'd say. I prefer Irida Glaceon over Adaman Leafeon at 1 out of 5. I do like Adaman Leafeon with the Unlimited Sun and Sun Extension at about 3 out of 5. So they each have their pros and cons. Alright, let's try her at the part 2. Take on Dawn. So of course, we're going to start with the Ice Zone, otherwise we don't maximize the outcome of our trainer move. And before I do that, let's check her grid again. Yep, so as I suspected, there's no grid here that helps improve the rate of the freeze from happening, which is really a shame given the freeze only really happens with a 10% rate using Buddy Ice Beam. and it can only happen the one time. Alright, we're going to speed this up. I think we're going to lose Blissey now. Yeah. So unfortunately, I won't be able to clear this with a duo at 1 out of 5 of Glaceon. We're just going to take too much damage. But it is an extreme battle event. I wasn't expecting to beat it just with a 1 out of 5 Glaceon. There you go, guys. If you have any questions, come to my Discord. I'll leave a link in the description below. The next battle testing unit I'm going to be doing for videos on YouTube is for Raihan's Trainer Lodge unit, because that's the one I recently got. And then followed by Adaman's Trainer Lodge unit as well, which I'll be obtaining very soon.